The vlog started from the car. We are going to Sanderson's Arcade today, and it's a Sunday. Oh, perfect. The new car has the perfect little vlogging platform. Yeah, we're going to Sanderson's Arcade. We've never been. It's about an hour from home. Chris is just letting May go to the toilet. We haven't taken May for a day out for a while, so I think she needed one. Come on, May. May. Oh, your lead's off. She's very happy to be out, isn't she? May. What? Where? It is very happy. No. Which ones? Yeah, they're big ones though. I like these. These ones. You looking for your dad? Tea and scone. Is it warm? Oh, it is. Warm scone. What'd you get?
Caramel shortbread. It's good, isn't it?
I think May wants some. Not for May. You've had so many biscuits already.
That's how you make the scone disappear.
They're nice, May. They're nice. She looks like a puppy again when she does that, doesn't she? Oh, lovely. Oh, I've just given her the crust. She's got the ends. We bought. Fine. We didn't get much, but we did get what I wanted, which was a candle from the White Company. You chose this one.
I'm a candle expert. I'm a scent expert.
Yeah. They are good candles. We got Sapphire and Sea. That was definitely the one that you wanted, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, I think.
Yeah. And then we also got a new diffuser. Is that what they're called? Diffusers.
So,
Yeah, car scenting diffuser. Even the box is nice. Ooh, it's quite small.
yeah, it goes on the beds.
White Company. Looks very smart. And then we got, so, oh yeah, it goes on there. Oh, it's really cute. A sea salt scent refill for this. Oh, it's magnetic. Oh,
Simple.
I know.
Simple.
I didn't expect that. That's so clever. Okay. Oh, they're like little pouches. So basically, take that off. Pop this in here.
Don't
Like
mistake
that.
it for a polo.
Yeah, it looks like a giant polo. Smells really good. Pop that on here. Like so. And then pop that on here. Oh, remember that? And we'll keep these in here. Yep.
Perfect.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I can smell that already. That is good.
Jam, but it obviously wasn't made to measure.
You said it was made to measure.
Yeah, I'm
Another
sure
thing that you can't obviously predict is meant to fit in here.
Yeah, it's going really well. If you force it a bit more, Tasha, I'm sure that's the answer to everything.
I'll just take them out.
Wreck-It Ralph here.
There's quite a lot in here actually. I'll just put them on there. Cool. So that's what we bought today. There wasn't many shops there. There was The Bonus, M&S, The White Company, Weird Fish, Crew Club Clothing. Yeah, you quite like them. Waterstones, but we just wanted a candle really. We just fancied a day trip out. We didn't really need anything. It's nice to have a wander around. I can smell that a lot actually. So yeah, it was nice that the dogs were allowed in there. It was very, very dog friendly. It was very, very people friendly. All the staff were really nice as well.
May had a treat in every single shop.
May had a treat in every single shop. And just gone. So it's another day, and that vlog was fairly short. But I wanted to add it on to this one, which I've been hesitant as to whether to film it previously, probably due to a pride thing, which sounds awful, but basically what I'm going to do is a cabin tour, and you can see it behind me slightly, and we'll have seen bits of it anyway, but I haven't done a proper cabin tour. Now don't get me wrong, it's not going to be long. It is a small wooden cabin. God, my arm gets so dead. That's better. So I feel like you're miles away now. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so I've got Ragnar in the house because he had a little collision with Norse. Norse was like running after Iden and they just smacked into one another. Ragnar wasn't paying attention and neither was Norse. And Norse is fine, but Ragnar was just in hysterics. Thought he was going to die, obviously. Typical Vizsla. And we brought him in because we felt sorry for him. We moved to Yorkshire. I feel like I didn't really have dogs in the house much because the house was so small. I mean, funny enough, because obviously this is definitely a lot smaller than that house. This cabin actually feels like it's got more space. So we've been bringing one of the outside dogs in, like swapping them every 2 weeks and just giving them some inside time, because I can't do what we used to do where we used to like bring quite a few in after a shoot day. Sometimes we bring all of them in. They just lie on the beds in the living room by the fire, and it was so nice. Anyway, I thought I'd do a cabin tour. Now, it isn't very big, and not that, like, you've seen the kennels, you've seen the kennel set up, you've had that tour, and I love house tours, and I know that when we buy our house, I will be giving you guys a house tour. I love home interior. I love like making a house a home, or making an environment, this isn't a house, making an environment homely, and I feel like we've achieved that with this. I feel like that initial, like, I'd be lying if I said that this hasn't been hard. Obviously we've unexpectedly gone from having a home with Chris's job to very quickly and completely unexpectedly not having that. So, and obviously the nature of my business that I have was going to obviously limit where we bought a property. And don't get me wrong, we actually had plans to buy a house, but it would not have been what we are now looking to buy. It's going to take time to find one. We have found a house that we really like, but it does have one neighbour that, because we've not been looking for a very long time, we just feel like we don't want to rush. Like, it is going to be a big thing to buy. It's something that we're essentially going to be buying, the property that we would have planned to retire to. So like in our original, you know, you have plans. In our original plan, in all honesty, the property that we are now going to buy, we are essentially looking to buy 30 years prior to when we would have expected to buy, if not sooner. So, you know, Chris would have stayed in the job. We never would have expected him to come out of Keeper Inn. So we never had buying this type of property in our foreseeable future plans. We had them way in the distance. Obviously, he would have retired at some point and we would have still wanted a similar property, but it's been incredibly brought forward, which we then don't want to rush, because one, it's not going to be as simple as, oh, we don't like it, we can go. And I guess as well, last time I chose a property to buy was almost 10 years ago. We've lived together now in properties that have been provided from Chris's job, so we've never got to choose them, we've never chosen anything about them, so there is a beauty in that. But it's almost like, because we've never really thought about, like, it was so unexpected that we've never really thought about, okay, well, where do we want to live, what do we need, what kind of property do we want, even silly little things as to, for example, the neighbour, how far away are we happy having neighbours. I mean, this neighbour is a bit of a distance, but it's probably on the borderline to what I would have expected. We've obviously been looking. The only one that we've got a few that we want to see. We've gone to see a few, and again, the location has just not been right. Like, we've known when we've seen them that this isn't the right location for us, but this one we actually viewed, we could see ourselves living there. However, we've sat on it and we just feel like we've not seen enough of potential, like enough properties of this is somewhere that we could see ourselves live in, rather than like, oh, this is the first place we could see ourselves live in. It has a negative, but yeah, like, is it the right one? Basically what I'm trying to say is, we're not rushing. When we first moved in here, it felt so overwhelmingly rubbish naturally, because you've just, like, husband's lost career, like, you've gone from having a home and a house to unexpectedly being, like, booted out of it, and it obviously feels terrible. And then to have to obviously lose certain things, like, these are our whole living quarters, and it's not what we've been used to, and it's getting your head around that. And I know, don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with any of this, and I think this is also why I'm like, you know what, I want to show this, because it was obviously the hurt of what had happened and the shock of what had happened and how it had happened and why it had happened. But now it's like, we actually sat over Christmas. There was a day where it was snowing, and we've got chairs on the veranda outside, and we just said, there's going to be a time where we look back at this and think, how incredible was that, to live in a wooden cabin, just us, and it's so calm, it's so quiet, it's so simplistic. It's like clicked. It's been nice to come out the other side of it and appreciate this for what it is. I would share this. I feel like we've got it really, really nice. It feels like home now. I thought that you guys would find it interesting how we survive, because there's definitely also been things that have initially, again, made it feel worse, because you've got to adapt from moving from a 4-bedroom house. Like, God, I struggled moving from our house in Cumbria to our house in Yorkshire, because the house in Yorkshire was minuscule, and the house in Cumbria was incredibly, that house was just the most, I didn't vlog then, I didn't have a YouTube then, but if you have followed me on Instagram for a while and seen where we used to live, it was the most incredible place, and I feel so lucky to have lived there. And I believe we'd be the last people to have full-time year-round inhabited that house. It ended up being planned to be turned into a shooting lodge when we left. So yeah, basically, yeah, incredible property, incredible place. It'll always be special for us because we had such an amazing time there. I thought you'd maybe find it interesting how we're managing that. We do obviously have shed storage, so this isn't everything. I did sadly get rid of a lot of our things, which Chris wasn't very pleased about, but to me, it felt better just getting rid. I'll never think of it again. I didn't get rid of anything that wasn't, like, that was irreplaceable, but anything that I just didn't like the idea of our things sat gathering dust in storage. So we do have some things, yes, sat in storage, but nothing major. It's taken some time to figure it out. We don't have running water, but again, the main house isn't far away, so we just function when we need to from there, and we've adapted. It's actually been an interesting journey to like figure out how to live from here on a day-to-day basis. So I thought you guys would maybe enjoy that. When we do find the right house, it is going to be amazing, but I do feel like at the moment we are genuinely really happy here, and it's so good to be able to say that. And I thought I would show you guys. So enough waffling. I thought this was going to be a short video and I've just waffled on. So as I said, it's going to be a short tour. It's not big. It's not big at all. But it's functional. There's bits that obviously are messy, and there's no way that we can avoid that. But for the most part, I feel like we've got it quite nice. So you obviously come in through the door. This is a sofa bed. We've got our little footstool that we've always had. The crates. Now, Betty did have a little bit of a tantrum. She obviously didn't like what happened and decided to chew that, which was really annoying. She's got a little crate in there because she, for whatever reason, even though she's got a massive bed, loves being in really small spaces. I actually bought her a cat bed because she just loves being in tiny little spaces, but it was so light that when she tried to get in it, she would topple over. So that went. But yeah, she likes really small spaces, which I think could have been maybe why she was doing that. I honestly don't know, because she did have a smaller crate in our previous home, and we had like a spare one for, like, we had 3 of these, one for Chaos, who is here, one for May, who is there, and then one for like another dog. Like currently we've got Ragnar in one. And Betty just had like another crate like in the corner, but yeah, apparently she doesn't like a big fancy crate. So anyway, I've got little things that mean a lot to us. So we do have the grouse, and the muntjac, the red deer. I've got my little roe deer, and we've got the big stag that Rose did with all the flowers on for us when she bought Pick, which was really nice. She gave me a gift even though she bought a dog off me. But yeah, and then I've got things like, they are our wedding flowers on antlers that again Rose did for us. We've got the Mr. and Mrs. Surtees from our cake stand. This is a heater, and like a controlled heater, so you can control it on your phone, and it is the best thing ever. We couldn't be without that. We actually bought that. We bought that back in the house in Yorkshire. I never lied to Chris about it. I absolutely, or anyone, I didn't like that house, but I can openly say it to everyone now. I don't sound too ungrateful, but they had a fireplace. Again, you might have followed and seen me, and it was smaller than this, and it was just ridiculous. So that's what we bought that for. Little bits again, like these flowers I kept because they're dried flowers and they were bought from a puppy owner. The first gift I ever had from the first litter I ever bred from Ali and Jamie. Abby made us this when we got engaged, so we've still got this. Just little things, like we haven't gotten rid of everything, but it's just keeping the important things. So yeah, we've got our little stool and the beds for the dogs when they're out. Betty's in season, that's why she's shut in, and Ragnar's shut in just because he's obviously got sore legs, so I'm just gonna make him rest it. We've got, like, this was a gift from a client, residential client. It's lovely. That's from Aubrey's owner, those who maybe seen her on Instagram. That's like my little wash bag. The blooming thing is like leaked on it, so it doesn't look the nicest, but so I take that down to the house to like get prepped, and it's really efficient. My spa bag for when I go to the spa, like the country club membership that we have, just got everything there. So everything is just efficient. It's all about making it efficient. These are both, they look a bit bedraggled, but they're both my wedding flowers and my friend Emma's wedding flowers that I had as her bridesmaid, dried. Oh, just realised our Wildnut calendar, it still says February. There we go. On March now. These are for sale, by the way, if anyone wants one. We don't have any at the moment, I don't think, but I can order more. I know it's March now, so people might be like, no, we don't need calendars now. I've already got one, but if you do want one, pop a comment below and I'll see what I can do. And we'll be bringing another out for next year, probably around November time in prep, maybe earlier. But yeah, so just again, storage. To be honest, this has all my work stuff in, really, just because again I don't have space in the office to have everything. Food and things are like stored in here. I need to plant up some flowers, so I've got those. This was a chopping board that we bought obviously from Alaska when we went on honeymoon. I'm trying to think if there's anything else sentimental kind of here. I don't think so. I think it's all just handy stuff. And then this is like our kitchen area. So, oh, I've got this little chair here just for when people come over. I can like move it round here and it's a bit more sociable. It's got my Holland Cooper boots behind because I want to keep them nice in the box still. Yeah, and then this is the kitchen area. So again, just small. We've got a nice dresser, which we already had, kind of. We just moved it onto like a different set of, like a lower set of drawers. But yeah, it looks quite homely. Got our flowers. There's a mirror behind there, like a full length mirror for when we're going out, but I don't really use it, to be honest. Which is probably why I always look bedraggled whenever we go anywhere. Oh, so this here is our water for the day. So we just fill it, use that to fill the kettle and things, and fill the dog water and stuff like that. So that's something that we had to obviously figure out efficiency. This dresser obviously has a nice picture of the dogs in the Lake District. That was taken. So when we first moved here, the reason this picture is special, let's zoom in a bit, is because when we first moved here, we realised that one of our favourite things that we used to do was go over to the lake, so go hiking with the dogs, just take some dogs and go away. And I said to Chris, do you realise the whole time that we were in Yorkshire, we did not do that once? And he was like, right, screw it, let's go, let's do it. And we did. We took the Spaniels and 2 Bizzlers and we went to one of our favourite walks. So it means, I think to me, it's very much like Chris realising that he had his life back. Like, he didn't have to work 24/7 anymore. And we could actually, I mean, don't get me wrong, he was a keeper before and always managed to have like a good work balance life. But for whatever reason, the pressures of the job, like, anyway, that is a different topic. But we, I love that picture. That is what that means to me. Got some things, Baileys, obviously, always got to have some Baileys. This little sign came from our friends in Germany who came over to visit to use Jake about 4 years ago now, and they have a Jake puppy and they come over all the time. Oh, wide angle. Ooh, it makes it look bigger. So yeah, oh, I've got like, so in like the Dior box and things like that, and the Dior bag, it's just again like efficiency for shower gels and perfumes and things like that. But I kept them in the boxes because it makes them look quite nice and tidy. And then we've obviously still got our big cooker, which is great. We've still managed to have that. We do have a little air fryer as well. And then the bowl is just on top of there. Obviously, we don't cook on that one. For like plates and stuff. And then we go down to the house to do the plates. But yeah, and then the wardrobe and this space is probably the bit of the cabin that I hate the most, because it is the place that you can't help but have messy. That has all of our clothes in. So we have like a suitcase with clothes, a basket with clothes, and then another basket, and then a suitcase on top, and then obviously there, and then we have this as well. And and like pajamas and towels in there. And then this is just basically, yeah, the coats, shoes. I mean, I need to clean the door and stuff because obviously it gets mucky, has been muddy recently. But this is just like basically the practical looks, non-aesthetically pleasing part, which you have to have. I think everyone has it in every house. We just have to have it on show. So yeah. Oh, this as well is one of the best things we've ever bought. It's got wheels on and you can literally like move it. So when we do have a litter and we have to move all this and we have a welcome box here, this can go like here. So the kitchen becomes a lot smaller, but it means that we can still have it efficient, you know, utilize the space the best way we can. Put you back here. This was a good spot. So yeah, that is our cabin. We've got like fairy lights on the beams and obviously nice candles, and it smells really nice. It's so quick to clean. Like I do use my Purdium Fig. Everyone's raving about it at the minute, and I feel like I need to also share my love for it because it smells so good. Hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Obviously this is quite a personal thing to share, not just because this is like our current home, but because of the circumstances in which we are living this way. We finally decided on an area, which I'm going to keep to ourselves at the minute. Chris was like, no, now he's all for it. Again, I just think we needed time to really assess and not panic and not like, again, buy out of panic or buy out of, oh, we just want what we've had. Like we want to have that back as quickly as we possibly can, like, because that was comfortable. Anyway, I'm going to finish here. I feel like I have waffled so much. I can keep you guys updated, but as it stands, this is obviously just a bit of an update as well on how we've been since, because I know a lot of you were interested in our situation. Thank you for watching again, guys. And please make sure to like and subscribe and comment. I love reading people's comments. Bye.